Hello everyone, my name is Scaldy, and welcome back to our Satisfactory Let's Play. Last time around, we got a very simple iron and copper system in place. It's not quite there yet, not as efficient as we want. We're going to need to get the Mk.2 Logistics unlocked. And other than that, I know the episode's quite long. I do apologize, I got pretty excited, you'll see why. And I'll do what I can to rein that in the future. But with that, I hope you enjoy. Alright, so a couple of awkward things happened with this episode on my end. I recorded episodes 2 and 3 and realized I had some microphone issues. So I went back and re-recorded the episodes essentially from the get-go. And in that time, came to the realization that, you can craft actual biomass at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this crafted up. We have quite a bit to make. And then I also did some theory crafting on testing, do they actually burn slower based on some feedback? And for whatever reason, at the time of recording this, I had my math entirely backward. So admittedly, I cut that out because I didn't want to spread any misinformation. I just made a super critical error. So we're gonna go ahead and get this crafted up, put these back into our generators, and continue on our merry way. All right. Thanks. So, we have our second milestone to unlock to get the Logistics Mk.2, so that way we can better utilize the pure nodes that we have for both copper and iron, and also technically concrete, which is something that we'll also have to get set up. And then once we get those configured, we'll probably focus on the Caterium. We'll still need to unlock the not exploration, I'm not sure what the name of the milestone is specifically, but the milestone to be able to build the MAM, we're going to want access to, so that way we can start going down the Caterium Research tree on that, and work on getting the Blade Runners. And there's a crash site relatively nearby that'll be beneficial to utilize. I ran out of inventory space. We'll go ahead and fill these back up then. But there's a crash site over on a hill, not too far over the horizon toward the, northwest area. And some modular frames that we're definitely going to want to utilize. And turn this back on. There we go. I should probably swap these out too. Not much left in there though. So yeah, we'll need the modular frames for the Blade Runners, and then we'll also need to unlock a fourth milestone where we can craft the necessary rotors to utilize, and the rest will be for the Blade Runners as well. But I think for the most part, our main focus right now is, Logistics Mk.2 and kind of revamping our work line here. We can obviously see some of it's already started. So we need the 50 reinforced iron plates, the 200 concrete, the 300 rods, and the 30 regular iron. The 300 regular iron plates. So while these all operate and run, let's go get our concrete set up. We have a couple reinforced iron plates, which is good. So let's just make sure that we have everything we need before we go crafting everything up. So we're going to need, the miner goes directly into the constructor, but we're going to want 3 constructors. Might as well set it up correctly first go around. So we'll need 2 more reinforced iron plates. We got our portable miner in here. So let's see if we can create some screws. Let's see, we need 2 more plates. Okay. So once we get all of that set up, I know another long-term goal that I'd like to look into completing is getting some quartz nodes tapped through a previous playthrough and just exploration of the map. There's 2 not too far off from us. Not too far off from our location. excuse me, and we can go tap into those and just feed those straight into the Awesome Sync, so that way we can get some coupons, and once we get the coupons, we can then, you know, make some purchases from the Awesome Shop, so that way we can start purchasing the various tools or assets, if you will, that I'd like to utilize in factory construction. So, but for our concrete here, we're going to go ahead and place a splitter right out the front. Do it. There should work. Yeah, okay. Again, we want to keep the belting here short, so that way we can just not use as many reinforced iron plates as possible. Actually, I wonder if I can do this for... I mean, I know this is all temporary. Cool. But why not keep it a little clean, right? And then in front of here, we want to place a merger. Oh, a little further out. And in front of that, we'll go ahead and place our storage. Oh, need some more rods. Okay. I thought it was due to a surface issue. Also, let me double check one thing that I realized during the editing process. Okay, so I did turn off music. I did realize during the editing process that every now and again there'd be some like jump cuts. I guess technically the primary jump cuts were, you know, edited with transitions, but in the event that I needed to just do a quick jump cut that didn't warrant a full-on separation via a screen wipe like that, the ability to just transition without really the, you know, the very noticeable difference in audio, because you maybe in one clip the music's playing and then in the other it's not. So I'm still debating on like background music. I don't know, because based on episode length they kind of get a little on the lengthy side, so constantly finding fresh music to include, I don't want it to be, you know, a broken record, if you will. Oops. But obviously, like, you know, background sound, be it game audio or like background game audio in itself, can be a little quiet at times, totally reasonable. But the you know, the weird, I wouldn't say weird, but like just the dead silences can be a little jarring. But anyway, about what I'm doing. So I did a little offshoot because we utilized the last connection on that power pole. So I'm just bringing this one over to connect up. Fortunately, we're going to need two here. Actually, we're going to go ahead and take these ones offline. Keep the middle one set. And we'll take this offline as well. Okay. So I think I actually turned this one back on. Oh, it just says straight up has no power. We can go... Okay. Whoops. Go ahead and fix this, and then I'll probably just get working on... I'll probably just skip over to us completing Logistics Mark 2, because we're going to have to let the concrete run for a hot minute. I think that should be... Yeah, capacity, max consumption, 75. We're going to have to let the concrete roll for a little bit. We need 200, and we're not utilizing all 120 coming out of here, so it's going to be a little bit of a slow roll on this end. That's so these are all on standby, so that way we're not overutilizing our power grid. And we'll just let this run at... I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to actually keep this one running. It's a little faster, it's not overly efficient, but we have the bandwidth for it. So kind of letting that split, since we're essentially not using 15 per minute coming out of here. So this will allow us to kind of split that up evenly and operate. I think we'll get like 20 a minute because it's 45 in, 15 out, so it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So that's 1/3 essentially. So 1/3 of 60 is 20. So we'll get 20 concrete per minute. So that's 10 minutes of operation. So while that happens, actually, I guess what I'll do is I'll also work on the rest of these lines set up here in expectation for getting the Mark II belts. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft up. Actually, let's see what we need first. It makes the most sense rather than just aimlessly crafting. I guess this is actually gonna remain as is. We're not really gonna touch this until we unlock the ability to make copper sheets, and that's what these two will be used for. Because I don't think we're gonna really need to over capitalize on production. I mean, I guess we it couldn't hurt, right? We have the power for it. So if we did say 15, so we can actually just duplicate this to an extent. And then I'm just gonna kind of set it up where we only need 3 constructors in the end. So we'll just do another full 4 constructors, I guess 5 to make some additional cable. So let's get that on our list. So 5 constructors, we already got the smelters, we don't need another miner, so that's good. Then over here is where we're kind of gonna like change things up a little bit more. So we're gonna need 2 more smelters. And then from there, I guess let's get a little bit of a top down real quick. So we're gonna have 3 constructors making plates. So we're gonna add, I guess it's, yeah, we're just gonna add 2 more smelters, 2 more constructors. And this side stays as is. So that's not bad either. So just 2 more constructors. So 14 reinforced iron plates. That's not bad. We can probably do that with what we have on our person right now. Just go ahead and grab these extra resources just in case. So yeah, we'll get the reinforced iron plates crafted up, and then we will get this prepped for Mark II Logistics. Okay, so we got that all set up, so we're just gonna go ahead and take this and make 2 more sides essentially. And we'll line up smelters here as well. I do wish, and I might actually call this out and clip this to Coffee Stain. So you can see here I am holding control and I'm on alignment with the smelter next to it, right? But then when I get in alignment with the constructor in front, like you can see that I get the line, right? Like this looks like it's in line, but you can see I can still shift this. Versus if I try and go up and down here, I'm just going left and right. So what would be really cool is if, when holding control, it'll snap to the intersection of the alignment with the smelter and the constructor. And you're like, I get it. We can just use foundations and it solves that. But you're not always going to be able to do that, you know, refined placement because you're not going to have foundations right away. So I think it'd be really neat if they somehow enabled the ability to snap at an intersecting alignment point, if you will. I think it'd be kind of cool. So this is going to get a little weird, I guess. How do we want to split this? I guess we can split. This will look a little weird. Just based on, I didn't want to fall all the way down. Based on how kind of had this initially set up. So if I take a splitter, I should hopefully, actually here. So we might need to loop this around a little bit. Actually, this might work. Let's try to see what happens. Invalid shape, maybe a little bit more. Okay. That works too. And that works. So that's good. And then we can just place another splitter down here. Pretty simple. Go ahead and set up, actually. And then we'll just cut this off, so once we get the Mark II belts, we'll just reattach that. And then, let's see. Got the constructors in front, we just need to run some power. I guess actually connect the smelters to the constructors, which, oops. That's fine. Alright, so let's get some additional power. So actually, yeah, we'll branch off of here. Then we'll branch off when we're... I mean, we don't need to do that. Because there's no additional power that's going to be going up over here. So actually, we're going to go back, connect between the smelters. Getting like a weird... And someone commented on it. I hit like a load barrier, and it causes some stutter, like right during the jump or right there. I wonder if it's like how like the map is chunked out, if you will, and what it like begins to then load. Yeah, here it is. That's nuts. Oh man, I might actually reposition the hub as a result, but all right, iron plates, iron ingots. And then we can actually, on the back end here, we can go ahead and reorganize this into some storage. Or one single storage, rather. Make sure I'm in alignment correctly. That's kind of interesting how I can do that. I wonder what that is. Slap a merger down. This might actually be a little... That's really interesting. So if you're holding control, this is a new behavior I just learned. If you're holding control, you can see that when I'm rotating on the 90-degree axis, almost as if I'm on like a foundation, versus here I can organically rotate. So that's kind of neat too. I'll just like, you know, get some quick snapping. Seamless. And we got the iron plates from doing that. Go ahead and free up some inventory. Okay, so we have all of that ready to go. And then all we need to really do is turn on a couple more of these. Our concrete's still in the works. We're holding off on copper. I think what I'm going to do, I can do this right now. Let's go ahead and craft up. Is it workbench? That's in a production equipment workshop. Stick this. Stick it over here. Craft up some portable miners. We'll do 4. We'll go grab some of the Caterium from the node that I know is nearby, and then while we're farming up the Caterium from the little miners here. Ooh, do I have the ability to make the small storage containers? I do not. Okay, just make a big one. While we're also getting the Caterium, we can simultaneously get some more fuel and just have that at the ready. Maybe also go kill some fauna to have that ready, so get like the carapaces ready for when and the alien organs for when we unlock them. Man, we can just immediately start research, so that way we can start crafting biomass very quickly, because I believe the carapaces, if I recall correctly, are 100 biofuel or biomass, and the organs are 200, and they're not exactly difficult to come by. And it's a little easier than... it's not bauxite, is it? That is bauxite. Curious, why not? Well, wait. You can't research bauxite in the MAM. I'll grab it anyway. At least I don't think you can. I think you just access bauxite on the like material node pinger scanner thing, via unlocking it like through the actual like milestone tiers when you get to like aluminum production. But our Caterium is down below. But we're gonna head down a ramp over here. Oh man, I just completely lost my train of thought on... yeah, harvesting the alien organs is, it's not exactly the most difficult thing to do, and since we're going to be working on some mild exploration anyway, we'll kind of just naturally obtain fuel as we go. So, yeah, while we farm up the Caterium off of this node here, I'm going to literally pick all of this organic material up while this happens, and we're going to make off like bandits afterward. So we got those farming up. Weird sky glitch, by the way, fun fact. I don't know what the trigger is entirely. Maybe it's positional? Yeah, positional. Curious. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and farm up all of this material, and we're probably gonna get like 8 stacks of Caterium just to be safe. And then we'll head back to the hub, and hopefully by then everything should be created. Hopefully we don't run out of power to unlock our next milestone. So go ahead and grab this, and I'll see you in a second. So I just had a pretty interesting thought. Excuse me. So I just had a pretty interesting thought. I think it'd be kind of neat to turn this, I mean, maybe like put like a wall here, but turn this little space into like a built out, almost like a resort, if you will. Like after having just like picked everything up, I got rid of all the dead vegetation, so it's not super unattractive to look at, but then like build out into the water, and then using like the water surface level and some well-placed foundations, you can like make like a pool, or like an infinity pool, which would be kind of cool. So I just had like that random thought on like maybe like long-term aesthetic builds to come back here and build that up, or maybe like we turn that into like our main, we turn this little bay here into our main outpost area eventually. Maybe we can like put the space elevator out on the water or something like that. Be kind of cool maybe. But so we took a pretty good haul. We're going to sort this. So we got our 8 stacks of Caterium. We got a decent amount of fuel here. And we will get back, craft this up, or I guess maybe unlock the next milestone first. I think we should have almost everything ready. We'll probably need to craft up. I think I already explored down here. I think there was a slug in there. I could be wrong. Get the next milestone complete once we craft up some of the reinforced iron plates that we're going to need. I heard... yeah. Here. There we go. And so while we're waiting for the drop pod thing to come back down, I mean, I guess we're not really like going to be immediately prepared to unlock the dam, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But we'll head back to the hub and get things back underway. Oh, actually, hold on. We are... where is it? I think it might actually be a little further south of here. Since we're in the neck of the woods... well, no, it's not super important. There's a crash site.
You are so lucky that you found this most valuable artifact.
So I figured I'd pause and let that play out. Just getting a little extra looting in. There's a crash site over there, but I just like immediately recalled the fact that there's nothing like super important to get from there. And it requires power to open, I believe. But we're gonna focus on crash sites later. That's not the most important thing right now to worry about. So let's see what we got in terms of our materials over here. And our concrete should be good. Let's see. I guess, yeah, we don't have everything on us because we put it into the storage container. Oops. Let's go back down. Broke hand screws for the moment. We have enough back here to craft up our reinforced iron plates. And then, yeah, copper's still going. Check our concrete real quick. I guess actually, yeah, we'll get the milestone unlocked. Once the milestone's unlocked, we'll get the Mk.2 belt installed on the necessary pieces. So that way we can make all of this 100% efficient, except for the concrete. And just, you know, get a little bit of a head start on materials for our next milestone. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this stuff crafted as needed, and then we'll get the milestone unlocked. Alright, so we got everything crafted up. We blew a fuse, bring out some fuels, so we're just gonna go ahead and get these topped up real quick. Because we're also gonna eventually need to bring more of these online as well. Just make sure we are all set. And we should have now everything we need. A little short on plates because I use them to craft up the reinforced iron plates. So let's see, should we have enough? Need 6 more. Oh no. Alright, we'll wait for 6. It'll only take us 10 seconds. No. A little longer than that. Never mind. So should be good? Yep, we got a perfect amount. Alright. Ta-da! Let's go! Cool.
Milestone reached. Improve.
Thank you, Ada. I know what I'm doing. Alright. So, go ahead and upgrade you Mk.2. Actually get this connected first. Oh, we have no plates. And I guess actually, before we get everything connected, let's bring our power online. Guess it's not going to be too much of an issue if it does trip. But it's also curious how you need to double click that to get it to properly engage. Okay. Away we go. Oh yeah, I guess we didn't build all the constructors here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We should have enough plates still. And then about one more. Here. We are going to need more iron plates though. Let's get our concrete up then. Also, the ability to just the ability to switch between belt tiers like this is a pretty great user experience improvement by Coffee Stain. Props to them. Because hotbars can become quite a mess. I think everything should be connected. Or actually, this one's still on standby, I believe. There we go. So everything will be running semi-efficiently. So if it's a 1/3 ratio, it's 120 in to 3 constructors for a total of 40 concrete out per minute. Right? 40? Yes. Yeah. 40, yeah, 40 out, because it was initially, it was initially 20. So if we just doubled our belt speed, then obviously it stands to reason that our output would be doubled as well. So get the iron plates over here, and then we'll get our... Oh, plenty. I guess, yeah, we're making 60 plates per minute now with that setup, so get this connected, and we'll have plenty of copper material as well. I guess maybe... Well, no, I'm going to leave that as is. I'm going to double up the containers. I know it's a little awkward, but just for now. Because eventually we're going to have 3 constructors over here merging into a single storage bin anyway. Cable. Iron, I'm sorry, copper and copper. Need no power. Oops. Should be all set. Hopefully that won't. Consumption capacity 160. We can actually tone that back a little bit. We'll have to leave it there. Alright, so we got that all sorted out. Let's look at what we need to get the MAM up and running. That should be field research. Select milestone. Which I believe we did use... We really used all of our screws? Let me make sure. Looks like we had a perfect amount of screws to make the reinforced iron plates. I guess that makes sense. We might actually just be able to get this unlocked right away. Based on how things are going. Let's see. Oh, yes. Easy. Actually, I think... Yeah, we'll leave it all running. The screws eventually we can probably turn off and switch over to just pure iron rods. At least once we get the awesome shop in place. So we're still waiting. We've got 40 seconds on that. Got fuel. I guess maybe do a top up. I got what, 4 and then 2 over here, so that's 6. Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Burns kind of slow. Probably slower than I expected. I think this one should be offline. Go ahead and just turn it on. This one be off. No, yeah, it's online too. Got everything here. Alright, time to make the MAM.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field. To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons.
Wonderful.
Note, the object scanner...
Thank you, Ada. So we'll just work down this process. I guess actually we'll come to a stopping point because we're going to need to... Whoops.
New resource added to the resource scanner.
Let's see how much we have to craft. We need to craft 50 Caterium.
New research available in the MAM.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and craft
New recipe unlocked.
Thank you. Jeez. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Caterium ingots sorted out here, so that way we can make quick wire, and then we'll get a little, very small, like, you know, constructor storage system to turn the Caterium ingots. I just actually smelt them down. I'll just craft them all, and then we'll throw them in a storage container and then craft. Oh my gosh, craft them down into quick wire. So let's grab the rest of our Caterium here, and then we'll work on developing the Caterium research tree. I counted a little bit of a hubbub. I finished recording the episode. I realized that I had actually muted my mic during the process of crafting up all these ingots, and then finished the entire episode, and then realized afterward my mic was muted the entire time. So thankfully, through the magic of autosaves, I can pick up pretty much right where we left off. I probably might have skipped a little something here, but to kind of catch you up, and I do apologize. I'm gonna, make sure I do better at not making this mistake again. Set up a little system here for the Caterium ingots, crafted those up, and going to now, get this powered up, which I guess is alright, so yeah, I experienced a little bit of an oops. I finished crafting up the Caterium ingots, and then I realized that I was muted. I don't recall if this was here before we did the I want to say it was, because then this power pole's here to connect it to here. So anyway, we're just moving right along. This is set up. This will run. While this is happening, let's... Oh my gosh. I can't believe... I'm so flustered. We're gonna work on getting the obstacle clearing unlocked. I don't know if we have... Okay, so we're gonna go need some screws. Want to get the obstacle clearing because then we can start automating some of the solid biofuel here. So we just need the screws, I believe. We need 300, which we should have. And then after that, we'll do the awesome sink as well. I'm actually going to grab an extra stack here just to have on hand. Probably grab some plates too. Why not? Have those on hand for any moderate construction needs. So no, one thing that I did speak to was, yes, eventually these containers will fill up, and then this kind of node becomes inactive, and some might consider that, oh, that's really inefficient. You're not even using it for points or anything like that. That's fine. I mean, I guess I could eventually set up some kind of overflow system to address all of that. Like maybe once down the Caterium tree. Thank you, Rita. Down the Caterium tree, one of these nodes is for like a smart splitter, which we can use that to work on like an overflow system. But just having like the resources at my disposal to utilize is very helpful. So let's see, resource sink, wire and concrete. This will be our next unlock. Let's go check our concrete out while we wait for... Actually, we might already have the Caterium we need, the quick wire we need. Yes, we do, of course, to get the next stage of the man researched. Unplug this in real quick. Oh, too short. Let's see. Oh. I'm so thrown off, and like my little indicator that shows me that I'm actually recording is not showing. Little jump cut there. I was also getting nervous because I didn't see actually any videos in my Satisfactory videos folder. Turns out the game thinks NVIDIA thinks I'm recording on my desktop. So that's where all the videos were. I just want to make sure it was there so that way I didn't have to re-record the entire episode again. Sorry about that. Anyway, continuing on. Quick wire, start research. And then we'll have the blade runners, which will require a pretty penny. So 100 more, and then the 10 modular frames, which we already have. Here's the smart splitter, which is fantastic. Which we'll need to actually utilize for the AI limiters, which means we need to get the next tier of the elevator complete. So that means the smart plating before we can get any further. But we do have access to the Mark II power poles, which we'll probably also utilize come... Oh, power shutdown. Come base building, we'll probably just rely on those specifically. Grab some fuel, just top everything up. I've actually made similar mistakes with, wait, what? Or is it one of these? It's empty. No? Assumption. Oh, just in general. So one of these needs to be brought online. That's what it is. That's on. Okay. Turn that back off. There we go. Oh my gosh. Sorry, this whole situation just like with like my audio and stuff. Oh yeah, so I've made the same, literally the same mistake in some of my tutorials too, where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna record anything. Also, to speed this up, because this takes forever, I'm gonna go ahead and actually pull some of this out of here and just let that finish up. And we'll manually craft this just to get the blade runners unlocked. I really want to get these completed. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and craft the quick wire here and start up the blade runner research, which is gonna take about 5 minutes. And in between, I guess we can work on getting the resource sync bonus program milestone unlocked as well. This will only take a second. We only need 25 more. 20, 15, 10, 5, 100. Oh, need the modular frames. So that is also something we did not do, because that's what I did while the Caterium was running. So my mistake on there. So we're actually going to go take a quick little detour and explore. We did top up all of our fuel, so we are safe to go. And it's just a little bit of a stretch over this way. And I'll see you there. Alright, here we are. Little actual crash pieces up there. The engine part. Got our drop pod down here. Thankfully, this one does not require anything to open it.
Data on the hard.
So, something that's really helpful with hard drives, especially early game, is when you research them, the 3 options it gives you to select, actually it's revisit. So we got modular frames, motors, that'll be good for the awesome sync. Some reinforced iron plates, screws, and more modular frames and plates, which is great. So the hard drives, when it gives you the 3 options after you research it, the options it provides you will only be for what you can actively create at that point, or at the point you are in the game. So for example, if we don't have anything for steel available, which is tiers 3 and 4, then it will not give us any alternate recipes that involve using steel. So what we can do is we can research a handful. I don't think we need to research a lot, but we can research a few hard drives early game, and this will allow us to better have access to like alternate screw recipes, so like the casted screw, or alternate reinforced iron plate recipes like the bolted iron plate or the stitched. I believe the stitched might be the more efficient version. I don't recall off the top of my head, unfortunately. But I do know I like the bolted, but I think you also need, you don't need, but, well actually I think you do. It puts out 250 screws per minute or something like that. Or I'm just getting everything like wildly wrong right now, just due to how long it's been since I've honestly played the game. But we'll, cross that bridge when we get there. But I think for now, main focus is just getting the blade runners unlocked and going from there, and then we'll eventually. I think the objective for the episode is to just get the blade runners, and then next up, we'll go hit up the quartz nodes that I had just talked about, and get the awesome sync started up, so that way we can get the coupons that we need to build the factories that we want to build based on the unlocks made available in it. So we can go ahead and drop off the other material that we found. I think we are in good shape. Let's see, let's go get some wire. I think we have everything else that we need. Rods, plates. So yeah, we just need wire. And then hopefully shortly thereafter, because, I think actually what we might do is, instead of building our first factory, Well, take that back. So if we really think about it, like coal generators require rotors. A decent bit. I mean, I guess in theory you can manually craft. I think what could be beneficial is because the factories are going to take an extra amount of time to construct, just based on the nature of how they're built and what materials are needed in order to build them. I'm sorry, not materials, but like pieces. It's a little bit of a lengthy process, and rather than having to like pause in the middle of constructing a factory, it would be nice, to pause in the middle of constructing a factory to like refill the biomass burners. I think the
Milestone reached. You have been given early access to.
Thank you, Rita.
Go that.
I believe the play is manually craft the items needed to, like, say, make 8 generators and what's the ratio? 8 to 3. So 3 water extractors, 8 generators, and get that going first, so that way you have automated power, no longer manually crafting anything, which is like relatively right around the corner. So let's see where our quick wire is at. So all of our quick wires in here, I think we still have 76 left. So what we can do actually is we can automate our solid biofuel production. So let's first turn this into a Mark II, because it's 120 in and 60 out. And we can actually just go ahead and grab this. I'm going to manually craft down the rest of this. We're going to switch this over to solid biofuel. So it's 120 in, 60 out, which will be fantastic. We have plenty of quick wire for what we're going to be utilizing it for with the blade runners, and a little additional research for the Mark II power pools. So I'm going to get this quick wire crafted up and not just sitting around. And then we'll get the blade runners. Alright, quick wire is crafted up. We still got a little bit of time. Oh, not really. That's fantastic, actually. I am... Oh boy. The one thing that we did mess up on, well, not we, in this instance, was I didn't select parts assembly for the next research option. The reason why that would have been beneficial is because I could just manually craft the rotors, but now we have to wait another minute and 22 seconds for us to be able to set up the next milestone.
Unlocked.
Thank you, Ada. But we can also research Power Pool Mark II. Oh, we could have done Pocket Dimension too. We'll just do this. Go ahead and store our extra quick wire here. And then we also have enough organs, at least, to get the research for that configured to be able to easily craft up some biofuel. And then do a hard drive. Once we get the blade runners unlocked, like I said, we're going to go do some exploration. I want to do just like a full loop around the entire desert biome and just kind of see what we see. I really wish update 6, or at least update 6 on experimental, was here, so that way I could just take note like of everything that we go find instead of relying on beacons, which, I mean, I guess we could just do beacons when we need for them. Not a lot. We have plenty of resources to actually make several beacons. We can always, like, drop those down. So I think once we get the blade runners, it makes sense. Do a little bit of exploration. And, let's go. Okay. Okay, so we got that sorted out. Let's see what we need to make the rotors.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
We did the wrong milestone. What did we unlock? Oh, we unlocked foundations. Okay, just... Whoops. Okay, so 200 rods, 200 cable. So we got another minute 30 to wait, so I'll see you guys in A minute and 30 seconds. Oy vey. All right, so yeah. Whoops. Let's get this sorted out. There we go. Rotors.
Milestone reached. More complex
make 19,
assembly
that's
of
more than
parts
enough.
can now be automated.
What do we actually need?
Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator.
3
Note,
and 3.
Project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
1, 2, 3. Actually, we want 6 because I want to make 2 pairs, so that way if we're out exploring and we perish, we'll have a backup pair to quickly reobtain. Oh, acquire as well. Oh, getting things all sorts of backwards. So yeah, we'll craft up 2 pairs, and then we got our solid biofuel going. So yeah, these wrapped up. I think. Well, here, let me demonstrate for those that might be unaware as to why these are so useful. Before I forget, let's drop off our second pair. You can see I just jumped right there and it was a little high. So the way I compared it was this little power pole here. So if we take these off, we jump, we get to like in between these 2 lines here. And it's about halfway up power pole. Not too bad. Pretty good ups. But then if we jump now with the blade runners on, you can see that we get up to like the next tier of 2 lines right here. And so it's like maybe, we'll call it like a 40-ish percent jump height bonus. But then also our sprint speed, you can see, is a lot faster. And then just to quickly demonstrate, and we'll use this little rock here as our jumping point. Take these off. So the slide jumping, jump the rotor, and then we just land. It's not too bad. It's kind of like to this power pole here. If we were to like measure that as distance, let's throw on the blade runners. Do the same thing. We got like maybe double the length on that overall. So, oh my gosh, that a little lagging is bothersome. I might actually reposition, not everything. I might actually reposition like the hub and like the center there, so that way we're not actively walking around it too much and it happens a little less frequently. But let's go ahead and get, we'll wait on this. Let's get the hard drive started. We're gonna go do some exploration.
New build.
Thank you, Ada. So yeah, we'll get that started up. We have, you know, copper's going really well. Our iron is going great as well. And our concrete's going. So we have the basics. I think the biggest thing now is just, let's do a little bit of exploration. Let's go get the quartz nodes tapped over on that side. So that way we can start, you know, utilizing the awesome sink, get the coupons to start building some factories. But I guess the little, you know, carrot insert in between all of that, get the quartz tapped, start the passive accumulation of points for the awesome sink, and then I think we manually, oh no, wait. I need 4 rotors. Actually, I can look it up. Smart plating. We can make 2 per minute, and we need, I believe, 50 for the first tier of the space elevator. So I'll manually craft, and then we'll get the smart plating passively going, and we'll build the space elevator next. And I think that sounds like a really good plan. Yeah, we'll do that. Awesome. Well, that was a bit of a long one. I'm sorry about that. I'll be sure to do what I can to work on in the future, but admittedly, I already have the next 4 episodes, I believe, 4 or 3, recorded. So they might be a little bit long, but I'll do what I can to rein it in. But I was really excited to get the Blade Runners. It's a huge quality of life item in the early game. So I'm glad we got that accomplished. We got several milestones unlocked as well. So with that, thank you so much for watching if you're still here. feel free to leave a like. It does help out the channel, and if you want to see more content in the future, be sure to subscribe if you're not already. And still, this is only episode 2 of the series. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment. If it's about the length, leave it anyway. I'll be working on it. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.